You can hire the wrong real estate agent in Dallas and not even realize it until it costs you tens of thousands. Because the agent you choose directly affects your pricing, negotiation, exposure, and ultimately how smooth or stressful your entire experience is. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact questions you should be asking before you hire your next real estate agent. Make sure you stay until the end because I've got you the one answer that sounds good on the surface, but is usually a red flag when you hear it. I had a conversation recently with a seller in North Dallas who told me they picked their last agent because they seemed nice and they had good reviews. The problem showed up fast. The home was overpriced from day one. It sat on the market with very little activity. They ended up doing multiple price drops and still sold below where they could likely have sold it if it was positioned correctly up front. This happens more than people think, and usually it comes down to not asking the right questions before hiring the agent. So here are the conversations you should be having. First, ask them how they determine your list price. You're not looking for a number right away. You're listening for their process. Do they talk about recent comparable sales in your specific neighborhood? Do they mention active competition and how buyers will compare your home to it? Do they explain pricing strategy, not just pricing opinion? If they immediately throw out a high number without any context, that's usually a sign they're trying to win your business, not position your home to sell. Second, ask how they plan to market your home. And don't accept a vague answers like, we'll put it in MLS or any other vague answers there. You want very specific, professional photography and video, targeted online exposure, and how they're going to attract buyers relocating to Dallas, whether they have a system or they're just listing and waiting. In this market, exposure and presentation matter more than ever. Third, ask about their communication style. This is where a lot of deals quietly fall apart. How often will you hear from them? Will they proactively update you or only respond when you reach out? Who will you actually be communicating with day to day? You want clarity here because uncertainty during a transaction creates stress very fast. Fourth, ask about their negotiation approach. Every agent will say they're a strong negotiator. That's not the real question. Ask them, how do you handle multiple offers? How do you protect me during inspection negotiations? Can you give a real example of a deal where things almost fell apart? You're looking for experience, not confidence. And here's one more than most people don't ask, but should. Ask them what they think could prevent your home from selling. A good agent will give you a real answer: pricing, condition, competition, timing. If they tell you nothing, your home will sell, no problem, that's usually the red flag, because every home has variables and the strong agent will walk you through them honestly. And if we're just meeting, my name's Eugene Gonzalez. I help buyers and sellers navigate the Dallas market and avoid expensive mistakes that most people don't see coming. Now let's make this practical. When you're interviewing agents, don't just listen to what they say, pay attention to how they explain things. Here's what to look for: clarity over charisma. If you want someone who can explain strategy simply, not someone who just sounds impressive. Data over opinions. They should back up what they're saying with real numbers and local insights. Specifics over generalities. The more detailed their answers, the more likely they'll have a proven process. And confidence without pressure. A strong agent doesn't need to push you. They let their approach speak for itself. And also, interview at least 2 or 3 agents, even if you feel confident after the first one, because comparison gives you perspective. And that's how you spot the difference between average and truly sharp agents. Now, let's come back to that red flag I mentioned earlier. When an agent tells you they can get you the highest price no matter what, without clearly explaining how they'll position your home to do just that, that's usually a problem, because pricing is a strategy, not a promise. And in Dallas, the homes that sell for the most are always the ones that are positioned correctly from day one. one, not the ones that start high and then chase the market down. So if you're thinking about buying or selling anywhere in Dallas, reach out. I'm happy to walk you through your situation and help you figure out the right approach, even if you're just in the early stages.